Yo, yo, yo. It's been a while since I've made a video, but we're in Mikasa. I've kind of cleared out my room finally of all of the shit. So it's back to just being my room again, except for my closet. But that ain't no big deal, because I can breathe. For those who are reselling, you kind of know the struggle. Shit's everywhere in your house. That was like the biggest thing that I've been trying to fight this whole time. This video is 5 months in the eBay reselling, what it's been like, my little story of how I got into it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Zach. I'm the owner of Pip-Pap and Scrap. I do junk removal, hauling, clean house pressure washing, basically home cleaning services, and then I started to incorporate eBay reselling in lieu of my day job because I hated taking orders from people, and to be quite frank, I'm just not that person anymore. Got tired of working my ass off to make other people rich. So it's my turn, right? So 5 months into it. Overall sales, the last 90 days that we've had, it says 9,400, but that's just because it reset. Yesterday it was like 9,700. Also, we want to account that we have around $1,000 in person sales, so cash sales. So we're close to 11 grand in the last 90 days. Our goal is to be hitting like 20 grand in 90 days. So we're slowly kind of amping up our numbers. We started, our first month was December, like our first full month. I think we started listing right after like Black Friday, like the first, or I think it was the 3rd of December is when we started listing. So we kind of missed the big sale day, if you will. Made only $1,300 in sales that month, and then the following month we 3x that, hitting like 3,300 or 3,900 or some shit. Not 3,900, it was around 3,300. So not entirely 3x, but close to. And then it's been kind of steady at around 3,000. This month it's been kind of popping off. I'm assuming it's because of the taxes. That's been kind of, it's past now, you know, so technically people are on top of their shit, you know, they're out, they're getting their returns, they're spending money again. Here we are. Our overall sales, again, we're at $9,400 right now, but yesterday it was like 97. We have $1,000 in sales, so $11,000 so far. My business plans, basically, I'm trying to build the eBay reselling site so that I can relocate to a different state, or relocate anywhere and not have to worry about a job or finances, you know, have something set up. Long term, I would like to get out of California. I'm in California currently, like in the Bay Area, 30 minutes from San Francisco. So it's not super busy where I'm at, but it's busy enough that I don't want to be here anymore. So that's kind of the goal. Now I talked about wanting to hit $20,000 in sales. It really comes down to, you know, sourcing. That's the biggest key. Sourcing and listing and making sure that you constantly are having your product and making sure that you're on top of your shipping, dude. You fuck up with your shipping, you start pissing people off, you start getting bad reviews. It's probably my partner, but you ain't gonna get no sales, which means no money, which means bankruptcy, right? So what my partner has been teaching me, my partner, he started investing in the reselling side with me. So 5 months in, we went from 0 to 100, quite literally in the first couple months. We started getting pallets, started hauling them ourselves because, you know, I've got the equipment to do so. So I go out to Vegas, load up the trailer, bring it back. Last time we went, we picked up 11 pallets. We're about to go again in 2 weeks. I think that was like 4 weeks ago. Excuse me. So about every 6 weeks, we go out and get more inventory. Now, when I was talking about sourcing, you just got to stay on top of making sure that you consistently have something to post, something to sell. You start getting dull, man, your account starts to lose traction. It's kind of weird how that happens. If you're not posting, if you're not sending offers out, if you're not on the account showing eBay that you're consistently trying to do something for their company, unfortunately, your account ain't gonna do nothing. It's kind of unfortunate how that works. So stay on top of your listings, stay on top of your sourcing. Even if your sourcing is kind of sparse, dude, you can relist your items. That worked for us for a little while. In between our like re-upping and, you know, like basically we were looking for new inventory online. We were just relisting a whole bunch of items. So a lot of our old shit started to sell, which is cool. But it's always not fun to do that. Going through new shit's always more fun than reposting the shit that you had to toy with for fucking hours and dismember and all that great shit. So you catch my drift. Now, there's some problems that we've had to face, obviously. We went from 0 to 100 getting all these pallets. We have a shop now. One of the problems that we came up with was space, to be quite honest. We were using the garage, but I do a lot of other shit too. And my garage is basically set up to be like a car shop, like a mini car shop. So there's not a lot of space out there to utilize. And to be quite frank, when I started utilizing it with reselling stuff and like dismembering, geez, that was hard. Taking apart all these fucking vacuums in the garage, I ran out of space so fast it wasn't even funny. So we ended up doing some crazy shit. We bought 11 pallets, like 11 pallets, I went out to Vegas, loaded up the pallets, came back the following day, got a wood delivery, and then started building a wood shop. A little, like a shed loft that's like 11.5 feet high or some shit. So with that being said, we took care of our space problem. That was like the biggest thing. Sourcing, space, and making sure that you know what you need some sort of knowledge of shit. You know, luckily I bought a whole bunch of junk throughout my lifetime thus far, so I kind of have a little bit of knowledge about a lot of different stuff. What to buy, what not to buy, for sure. But also a lot of like electronics. My partner's really good at that. So make sure you kind of know what you're getting into. And funds to source quick, because sourcing is like the biggest part of this game. You got nothing to sell, you're not gonna make no fucking money. Just straight point blank period. So our system is sourcing every 6 weeks, going out to Las Vegas. I'm in Concord. That's like a 1,400 mile round trip. I do that in 24 hours. I do that in 36 hours, and then come back and get right to it. So that was one of the problems that we've been facing. We fucking figured out the sourcing thing, so we're not worried about that anymore. Our space situation, to be quite frank, we fucking win that shit together really fast. I was one day was like just thinking out loud, we need some sort of like storage unit, right? Or something to keep all this stuff, because the garage is simply not going to work with 11 pallets because we already have so much shit in there. And a lot of it's not even like reselling shit, just household shit. So we ended up building the shed. And when I say building this thing, we ended up coming up with the idea within a week, built the blueprint, or did a blueprint on the computer ourselves. I have construction experience, so went through, got the wood delivery. I framed that fucking thing up in a day. And then we had a shop basically in 2 days. And then I went out, I got solar. I bought a complete kit unit that was used that somebody like put together. It's like a $5,000 like complete kit that they put together. I got it for $600. The batteries alone are $900 a piece. I got 2 of them. Crazy. So put that up. Now we have a shop with free power that charges all of my batteries, charges whatever I need. I'm in there for fucking all day. I can run AC. It's crazy until nighttime, and obviously I got to be a little bit more careful about that shit. But we're not really running AC. Either way, we got power. So problems that we fixed. Our sourcing's fixed. We have shop space now. We're selling shit out of it. I've got customers coming to the shop, picking up air conditioners, picking up fucking tools, etc. So that's cool. It's paying itself off. Now, when I just want to put a little bit more on this. We took over a 30 by 40 bay. And when I say a bay, it's like an RV bay. Put that in perspective. Just a little plot of land at somebody's storage yard. Put a shed on there. All my trailers, all my equipment's there. We have a full fucking setup for reselling. We have our printer. We have Wi-Fi. We have lights. We have power. Full-blown setup operation. So we're good to go. Now, making sure that your funds are up. I started my business while working a full-time construction job and also working part-time at a shop. So I was fucking grinding, dude. I would highly recommend, if you're starting out, you need some sort of consistent income, unless you've got some bags stacked up. Otherwise, you got to come up with a plan quick. I kind of threw some shit together. I got lucky because I had a lot of junk laying around that was worth a lot of money, so I sold that as soon as I could and kind of kept my shit afloat through the slow season. And now we're here, obviously making shit happen. Pretty cool. So now we fixed our sourcing, we fixed our space, we have knowledge about shit, obviously, because we've been doing this for 5 months now, and I bought so much junk in my life that I know a little bit about something. You know what I mean? A lot of cars, a lot of cameras, I bought them all. Now, the biggest problem that I think we've encountered with this whole reselling situation has been the fact of being in the constant grind for the first 3 months and really seeing no like legitimate like turnover or income that feels suitable for our needs, you know. Now, when I say this, we started off with a whole bunch of weird inventory, which wasn't selling, and then we kind of like rerouted and started buying shit like household shit that was selling, and we're still selling such. Now, you don't know what we're buying, you have questions about what we are buying, and you've gone this far in my video, I appreciate that, first and foremost. But second of all, go back and watch my videos and see how we've been doing it, because so far it's been working. Now with that being said, 4 months before we were like, I myself was able to be like, and that's with the silent investor too, because we invested a lot of money. We sunk a lot of money into this in the first 3 months to kind of get the shit rolling. When I say a lot of money, I think we dove in, dumped close to 10 grand in inventory, and then once we started making that money back, took that money, bought more inventory, and then dumped all of it into a shed. So we've had a very expensive few months. Not, you know, let alone our day-to-day bills that we have to pay for, my equipment expenses, etc. So making it happen, expecting not to see some like actual decent profit margins or even any profit at all for a while, and making sure that once you get to that 4 month mark and you don't have basically a whole shop filled with shit and you don't have a whole bunch of stuff listed, that you should probably re-strategize, honestly. Like, what are you trying to get out of reselling? You know, the thrift store game, in my opinion, is dying so fucking quick. All these thrift stores have nothing to sell anymore. You know, I went into Walnut Creek, their Goodwill, they had zilch, and that was the first and last time I'll ever go. I'm one of those guys. I just need one time to be proven right or wrong, and I'm out skis. So we source online now. Now, with all that being said, we've completely turned it around. We're an above average seller right now. I'm hoping to be like a fucking top rated seller, whatever it's called, in the next few months. Now the big thing is like our defect rate, I think, is killing us, because we've had a lot of people just fucking swarm us with a whole bunch of bullshit in the first, I think the second or third month of selling. Just a whole bunch of returns that we've had to deal with. A couple were mistakes of mine that, you know, I'll take full credit for, but people are just conniving fucking douchebags for no reason. Like, why? Some dude hit me up the other day, baffled, by the way. I don't own FedEx. I can't change the shipping dates. I can't change their truck routes. I'm not in charge of the single package that I've given them out of the millions that they fucking contribute to our society every fucking day. So this guy hits me up, and mind you, it's a $10 blower, a Black & Decker blower that has a bad battery. I sold it as a kit that was broken. Like, hey, you want this shit? $10, come get it. You pay the shipping. It's like a $30 order. He paid more in shipping than he did for the fucking product. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. Dude hits me up like 2 weeks later, pissed. And in the back of my head, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how am I supposed to do anything about this? So I hit him with the simple, I'm sorry, but this is out of my hands. I should have followed that up with, I don't own FedEx. My name isn't Fed, and my last name isn't X. I can't do shit for you. You fuck. So he proceeds to say, oh, you know, this will reflect in your review as the fucking all this other bullshit. Just starts threatening my 100% positive feedback out of the 100 reviews that I've gotten, right? So I'm fucking furious at this point. Like, this is $30, dude. This is 1 hour of work at a fucking construction site. Like, dude, what the fuck are you bitching about right now? It's crazy to me. So then he proceeds to pop off and just start sending a whole bunch of fucking long text messages. So we refunded the money, basically. Sent him a very long, nice message that my partner took care of, because I'm not a nice person like that. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Honestly, I'm a salesman, dude. Shut the fuck up, pay up, leave me alone. Straight up, I'm sorry. Now when it comes down to customer service and taking care of like junk removal sites and shit, that's different. You know, I want to take care of my clients. I want you to feel like I'm going to take care of you no matter what. It's a whole lot different when You're a respectable person opposed to some douchebag being a Karen on eBay because he's not getting his fucking binky fast enough. Death stare. Anyway, so those would probably be the problems that we face in eBay reselling. All in all, I think it's awesome, dude. It's freed up a lot of my time. I spend all day with my dog now, which is exquisite. That was my main goal because my dog was missing me. I was working too much, bro. I was working like 16 hours a day. My dog was my roommate, you know, all day, and then I come home and she gets some cuddles during the nighttime for like 6 hours, and then I go right back to work, you know. So it's a completely different world for us. And we have a shop. We have, you know, other means of making money. It's just all in all working out. I've been in business myself for about 1.5 years now. For my business, you know, it's been in existence for about 1.5 years, but I started working for myself like 6 months ago, and then picked up a part-time gig in a mechanic shop. So it's been pretty busy, chaotic, but it's starting to fucking, you can see the full circle now at this point, you know, like everything is starting to make sense now. It's starting to roll around, and we have some sort of a system in place, and I've got a full shop and a full store. I can't complain. All in all, I cannot complain. I got neighbors that are asking me to sell their shit, which is another thing I like to talk about too. For some reason, all my neighbors want me to sell their shit, which is awesome. Do local sales. If people give you free shit, big item shit, like it's $500, they'll split it with you. That's cool. You know, you made $250 for just posting their shit, and hopefully they'll keep it at their house. That's pretty tight. Reselling is awesome. Junk removal is awesome. Being self-employed is awesome. So, you want to do it, you just got to hustle, dude. That's all. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys if you guys have gone this far. Profit First Reseller, I haven't seen any of your shit, but I hope you're doing well, dude. I should watch your videos, but honestly, I haven't watched no videos except for like crime documentary shit because my mind's just been rolling, and it eases it for some reason. I don't know. But I hope you're doing well, dude. Hope your family's doing well. And yeah, next video, if you guys want, dude, I will make a video on my shop, how I did it, what we did. Just like, comment, subscribe, dude, what you want to see. Thank you.